What's up, guys? It's Sensei Ben out here in Okinawa, Japan. Today we are talking to you guys about how to prepare the trophy kid generation for life in for real life in a tough world. Okay, so we all know the thing, we all know the deal. Nowadays, everybody gets a trophy. We've got kids that get like the 15th place, 16th place ribbon for a wrestling competition and things like that. So it's all about making people feel great, all about people building up their self-esteem. But in many ways, I think this is a bad way to prepare our kids for real life, because obviously the rest of the world doesn't live by our rules as far as everybody winning. So just a few things I wanted to point out. What happens when we have trophy kids and why it's so bad to have a trophy kid generation is that, number one, if everybody is going to get an award or a medal, whether they do good or whether they do bad, then it stops kids from wanting to work that hard. So basically nobody will live up to their potential if everybody's going to get a reward. Why? You have a couple that will, but for the most part, the group is just going to, kind of be lackadaisical. Everybody's going to get a reward or everybody's going to get a medal at the end, so I really don't have to work hard. Number two, paralysis. Sometimes when we have kids so built up, especially in our Facebook society, where we take a picture of Johnny taking his first steps, we take a picture of him on his first train ride, all these kind of things. Generally we put on Facebook and for social media in the world, we put our best foot forward, just like a job application, right? But life is not necessarily like that. We have good days and we have bad days. And what happens for kids when all they know is being on a pedestal and they never know how to lose, they don't want to let go of that feeling. So they get, and anytime they start to or they start coming into the real world, as far as knowing that they're not on a pedestal all the time, or that they lose sometimes, it can be very traumatic for them. So they want to hold on to that success. They want mom and dad to still feel proud of them all the time, even when they're not doing so well, and that can cause them to go through paralysis. So you'll see kids, even in my class, they're sparring or they're fighting or something, and every 5 seconds they look back at their parents just to make sure that their parents aren't making a mean face at them for doing something wrong. That is paralysis, because we put them on such a pedestal all the time, and we love them, they're our kids, but they have to understand that sometimes they will lose, sometimes they won't be the best. Fixated. Whenever they, along with that paralysis, they become fixated on their mistakes. Okay, so even though they're doing so many things great in life, they're doing dance and they're doing gymnastics and they're doing so many things great, they're going to start fixating on those things that they don't do great, because of course they want your total affection and your total satisfaction in every single area. And that can be a problem for them, because they start, like I said, they start fixating themselves on just this little small area, this 1% that they don't do great at, and then this whole 99%, they just start bypassing, don't even think about it anymore, because this little part is what I need to have complete satisfaction for mom and dad. And then the next thing is that kids don't get fooled all the time. So for a few years, or once they reach a certain age, they understand that they are getting a trophy just because they are there, not because they're good. All right, so you can fool a 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old only for so long, but they realize, and even my kids too. My kid got a participation trophy for a tournament, or actually did get one, but he kind of told a fib and told a lie to us and said he got a gold medal too when his brother and sister did, and he actually got no medal. But because he was fixated so much on wanting the same attention that his brother and sister got from getting that gold medal, he lied to his mom and dad and said that he got a gold medal. We could not find this gold medal. We could not find videos of his fights. So that's what happens, because they're not fooled any longer, and they understand that we're just giving it to them just to give it to them. And whether they try hard, you're still going to give it to them. Whether they don't try hard, you're still going to give it to them. So it's not really a great thing. Lack of motivation, all those things put together at the end, they start lacking motivation, because they understand that there's some things that they're not good at. And if they're used to parents saying, oh, it's okay, just do your best, that they're going to lose motivation, because they understand that what they're doing right now, their best, is not good enough to get them to the top tier of the activity that they're doing. If they're doing gymnastics, they realize that you are babying them to the point where they can't progress further. So they're saying, okay, mom and dad is gonna say this is a good job no matter what I do, but I understand right now that all these people are whooping my butt every week, every gymnastics event. They're all whooping my butt, so obviously I'm not doing my best, or I'm not progressing. And the kids want to progress because they want to win legitimately, not just get a participation trophy. And they do understand that after a while. So how do we fix this?